Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 26th of April for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be delighted if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. This means every time I launch a video, you will get a notification from YouTube. Also, if you would like to discuss your personal situation in an in-depth way with me, please check out the link beneath this video and you can see my testimonials. Or if you'd like to ascend above Zodiac sign horoscopes and embrace more serious astrology, you can do so in an affordable way with my reports. And also please see the link below. You can get a year's forecast and a character analysis and get 30% off. Hello Sagittarius and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 26th of April. The big moment this week undoubtedly is the lunar eclipse of Tuesday in the 12th house of your situation and governed of course by Scorpio. The 12th house is the area that's a bit more about our shadow. Sometimes it can be the part of our situations that we don't really want to look at. It can also be to do with issues from the past. It can be to do with great sensitivities, to do with anxieties, and perhaps also to do with the people that we find rather more difficult to rub along with. But on the other side of the heavens, we have the Sun in a conjunction with Uranus, the planet of surprises. And that's really pushing you to think about the practicalities in your life. But what the eclipse is asking you to do is think about the more emotional dimension of those practicalities. So if you're totally focused on getting the routines in your world reformed, which is what Uranus asks us to do, but you're not in touch with how it feels, then this next 2-week period could be a little bit bumpy. However, Jupiter, the planet that governs your sign, is actually in a very positive link still with Pluto, the planet of transformation. And I think the main thing at the moment is to keep the lines of communication open. But Saturn is also in your 3rd house along with Jupiter, and of course that can be a more limiting energy, and that's at a right angle with both Mercury and also Venus in that 6th house position along with the Sun and Uranus. So what I would say to you is that can create a sense of tension and a sense of brittleness, especially if you are resisting some need for change, which may be manifesting itself, or perhaps you're desperate for change, but someone else close to you is in some way or another inhibiting things. Also, of course, how much things cost, and the cost of living rarely goes down, if ever. Well, that's also under the astral microscope because Pluto slams on the brakes on Tuesday, goes into a retrograde through to the 5th of October. And after the battering that your finances have taken over the last couple of years, that could be rather ominous sounding. But think of all the lessons you've learnt in that time. And essentially what the Sun close to Uranus is saying is the flexibility that you naturally possess, plus your appreciation of the big picture, just needs to be melded with balancing the practical details of things, but also just staying in touch with those more emotive strands too. And if you can keep all that in alignment, and you have really been much more disciplined about your resources and your approach to resources from the lessons learned of the last couple of years, then the next couple of weeks could be a time when things can shift in a practical way, a positive way for you. It's just that there may be some kind of growing pains, or as the transition occurs, it could create a degree of tension. But that's just natural. Change is rarely a pain-free process.